This exercise is aluminum beads on plate without filler rod. We'll be using 11 gauge material, roughly 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm cleaning it with a flap disc only because it's been outside. It's really dirty, really corroded, lots of crud on it. So I'm giving it a wipe down with acetone, and then I'm going to scribe some lines on it so that I'll have a straight path to follow to get used to running a straight bead. A number 6 cup is good for this. I'm using a number 8 clear for the purposes of filming so that you can see and I can stick the electrode out. 130 amps. I won't always be full 130, but that's what the machine is set at. Balance to 70% or 30% cleaning. If you have AC frequency adjustment, 100 hertz is a good place to start. I'll be sticking my electrode out a little further than I recommend, just for the purposes of filming. Rule of thumb on electrodes stick out no more than the inside diameter of the cup. But enough where you can see the tip of the electrode, and there are always exceptions to that rule. Okay, let's get started. I've got my palm propped on the table and the tip of the electrode about 1/4 inch off the metal. I'm going to press the pedal, initiate the arc, and then slowly press the pedal to where it takes about 3 seconds for me to get a puddle, to establish a puddle. We'll show an arc shot of that in just a minute. I want to just show this in its entirety, this one bead, because there's something you'll see right now, and it's a crack right down the middle of the weld, and that is typical of aluminum. Aluminum has a characteristic called hot shortness. It's going to crack without filler metal almost every time. Not a problem for practice. We need to practice and build these motor skills. Just know that's why we use filler rod. We're going to keep doing this though. We're not worried about the cracking at this point. We can save these pieces though with all the cracks and weld beads right over top of them for additional practice. Sometimes it helps to control your travel speed to put a big ruler next to the weld, about 1/2 inch away, where you can still see the increments, but you won't mess up the ruler. And so we're traveling about 1/8 of an inch per second. And you can kind of see the increments pass by. Count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. If you'll just, in your mind's eye, progress the torch and then pause once every second, move it 1/8 of an inch. That's what we're going to be doing when we start adding filler wire. All right, here's another view of that with the arc shot. It takes about 3 seconds to get the puddle going. If it takes longer than that and you're full pedal, you may need a few more amps. But now I'm progressing it and then momentarily pausing. And when we do add filler, that pause is where I'll add the filler. That's why we're doing that at this point. Another perspective here. Let's move it along. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. That's just a really good way of establishing rhythm and consistent travel speed. Here we go. When you press the pedal, you get this cleaning action, this frosty looking area, and then you'll get the shiny area. The shiny area is the puddle. You don't progress and move along until you get the shiny, wet looking area. That's the molten metal. It's sometimes hard to distinguish it at first, but after a bead or two, you should recognize it. There, that semicircular area that's wet and shiny looking, that's the puddle. That's what we want. And just continue to do this time and time again until it feels comfortable. Fill up the plate. Get all you can out of the metal. And it really helps to have 2 plates to alternate between beads to help manage the heat.